Pregnant ladies need to guarantee that their eating routine gives enough supplements and vitality to the infant to create and develop legitimately. They likewise need to ensure that her body is sufficiently solid to manage the progressions that are happening. For a solid pregnancy, the mother's eating regimen should be adjusted and nutritious. This includes the correct adjust of proteins, starches, and fats, and devouring a wide assortment of plants like vegetables and organic products. A few ladies' weight control plans might be affected by moral convictions, religious prerequisites, or well-being conditions. So checking with a specialist is an essential piece of arranging a pregnancy. Consume less calories. Quick actualities on eating amid pregnancy. A pregnant lady's calorie consumption develops amid pregnancy. She doesn't eat for 2, her calorie utilization just goes up a couple of hundred calories per day for most pregnant ladies. Run-of-the-mill weight pickup, if the mother is conveying only one infant, fluctuates extensively in view of pre-pregnancy weight and different components. An underweight pregnant lady is prescribed to pick up the most, while an overweight lady is prescribed to pick up the minimum. A lady's body ingests press all the more effectively in blood volume increments when she is pregnant, so she needs to expend more iron to ensure that both she and her child have a sufficient oxygen supply. Guidelines. As specified over, the mother ought to take after a differed, adjusted, and nutritious eating routine, and it must include products of the soil. Go for 5 bits of foods grown from the ground every day. They might be as juice, dried, canned, solidified, or new. Crisp and solidified, if solidified not long after in the wake of picking, deliver ordinarily. Have more elevated amounts of vitamins and different supplements. Specialists stretch that eating organic product is typically preferred for you over simply drinking the juice, as common sugar levels in juice are high. Consider vegetable juices like carrot or wheatgrass for thick nourishment. Dull starch-rich sustenances. Dull starch-rich sustenances incorporate potatoes, rice, pasta, and bread. Sugars are high in vitality, and are in this way a vital part of a decent pregnancy. Eat less carbs. Protein. Fortifying, creature-sourced proteins incorporate fish, lean meat, and chicken, and in addition eggs. Every single pregnant lady, and particularly vegetarians, ought to think about the accompanying nourishments as great wellsprings of protein. Quinoa, known as a total protein, it incorporates all the basic amino acids. Tofu and soy items. Beans, lentils, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and nut spreads are a decent wellspring of protein and iron. English and Brazilian scientists detailed in the diary PLOS I that pregnant ladies who ate fish had bring down levels of nervousness contrasted, and the individuals who did not. Pregnant moms who never devoured fish had a 53% more serious danger of agony from large amounts of tension. The creators composed. Fats. Fats ought not make up in excess of 30% of a pregnant lady's eating regimen. Analysts from the University of Illinois detailed in the Journal of Physiology that a high-fat eating regimen may hereditarily program the infant for future diabetes. Group pioneer, Professor Yuan Shang Pan, stated, "We found that introduction to a high-fat eating regimen before birth adjusts quality articulation in the livers of posterity, so they will probably overproduce glucose, which can cause early insulin opposition and diabetes." There are different dangers to pregnancy with an excessively high-fat eating routine. So an adjust is required, and monounsaturated and omega-3s, or sound fats, ought to be the essential fat decisions. In the diary Endocrinology, A group from Oregon Health and Science University clarified that Food and Nutrition Bulletin in light of the fact that the blood spill out of the mother to the placenta is decreased. Cases of sustenances high in monounsaturated fats incorporate olive oil, shelled nut oil, sunflower oil, sesame oil, canola oil, avocados, numerous nuts and seeds. Fiber. Whole grain sustenances, for example, wholemeal bread, wild rice, whole grain pasta, beets like beans and lentils, organic product, and vegetables are wealthy in fiber. Ladies have a higher danger of creating stoppage amid pregnancy. Eating a lot of fiber is successful in limiting that hazard. Studies have demonstrated that eating a lot of fiber amid pregnancy lessens the hazard or seriousness of hemorrhoids, which likewise turn out to be more typical as the embryo develops. Calcium. It is critical to have a solid day-by-day admission of calcium. Dairy nourishments, for example, cheddar, drain, and yogurt are wealthy in calcium. On the off chance that the mother is veggie lover, she ought to consider the accompanying calcium-rich nourishments. Calcium-invigorated soy milk and other plant milks and squeezes, calcium-set tofu, soybeans, bok choy, broccoli, collards, Chinese cabbage, okra, mustard greens, beans, kale, and soy nuts. Zinc. Zinc is a fundamental follow component. It assumes a noteworthy part in typical development and improvement, cell trustworthiness, and a few natural capacities including nucleic corrosive digestion and protein combination. Since every one of these capacities are associated with development and cell division,